Just a second, guys. What is happening, y'all? It's your boy, the Cayman Man, back at another video, back at y'all with another reaction. So today we got Jim Cornette reviews CM Punk versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship on the Monday Night Raw. Now, I watched SmackDown last Friday, and Jay Uso versus Cody Rhodes for the winner, who gets the Undisputed Universal Champion and everything else like that. Cody hit Jay Uso with a crossroad with 1, 2, 3. I thought for sure that Cody was going to Monday Night Raw, to face Sami Zayn for the Undisputed World WWE Champion. But nah, CM Punk came and the whole crowd was like lit up. And then all of a sudden, CM Punk hit with the GTS go to sleep. Hit with a 1, 2, 3, and then CM Punk won the WWE Champion, Undisputed WWE Champion. That was like unexpected. I thought it was Cody Rhodes, but now he just went up to CM Punk to win that. So let's hear what Jim Cornette had to say about this on Brian Last. Make sure, if you're brand new, subscribe to my channel, like Cayman's Reaction. If you do, I'll put a link down in the description on the video and everything else like that. Let's jump into this. Let's go.
They're in Chicago, 12,458 people there. And in the back, Sami sees Cody. And they're talking, and Sami's telling Cody, hey, I'm going to win tonight. And all of a sudden, Gunther comes in, boom, 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 and power bombs Cody through a table. And then kicks his head, or kicks a car door closed on his fucking head. And he's bleeding from the ear as Cody, and Gunther tells Sami, now you just got to worry about me. But in the meantime, now they've set up, my God, it's supposed to be Cody and Sami in the main event. And Cody's back with the doctor, and I wonder if that guy really has a degree that they show on television. Would you let him treat you?
Man, one time Greg Greenland was hanging out, and they said, hey, you could be a doctor. It was like in the 90s, and I forget who it was. Someone got like destroyed, and he was like checking their pulse.
I'm not sure, Greg. You'd have to know Greg Greenland, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, we've set that up, and I wonder if he charged for the pulse.
Hey, what a great job! What a great job by Cody selling after the car door spot.
Yes,
it was great.
But now we don't know what's going to happen, and now at the same time. Aldous and Adam Pearce are at each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're arguing because Aldous is telling Pearce, it's your fault that Cody, you can't manage your show, that's why Cody's hurt. And Pearce has had all of Aldous' gravy that he wants on his plate, right? So they're yelling at each other all night. And the doctor is he's still trying to make a decision later on in the program. Am I going to clear Cody or not? And Pearce is like, oh, shit. And so they built some fucking tension. And they had some other things, as I said, going on that kept your attention as well. But this was the show-long deal of, what's going to happen. And you could tell that the people were kind of in on it, because whenever they got the chance, they'd break out into a CM Punk chant.
Well, as soon as the story was, we're in Chicago and we need a main event, it was clear what it was going to be, and if it wasn't that, there would have been a problem.
And Pearce is on the phone, like, oh, I got to get a hold of the guy, whatever. So they knew, but again, they not only knew, but they were obviously happy about it and wanting to see it. That's the secret here. You can't just, they'll never think we're going to do this and then do it, and people go, well, what the fuck? I didn't think they'd do that, because it didn't make any sense. But anyhow, finally, the time for the main event, and they gave it plenty of time. Sami started to the ring, about a half hour left of the show. And he made his entrance, and we had the long milk. And that gave him a chance to chant CM Punk some more. And then, one of the back doors of the arena, the big garage door, it opens and slowly reveals Punk, who again, I guess he was exiled to dressing with the goddamn Boar Horseman, because where the fuck did he come from? Did he walk? I've been to that building. It's not like it's a residential neighborhood right around it. Did he walk across the street from the fucking Hyatt? Dressed like that?
Yeah, it's the idea they called him up at home in Chicago, like, hey, we need a main event, get here quick. And he's like, all right, I'll put my gear on now. And then he jumped on his bicycle. He went to the arena, and they just happened to open the giant door, and he's just standing there waiting.
So it was a nice reveal, but and again, it's goddamn... It's just the ramp. Did he dress in his fucking car? All right. But I've got to knock what I can knock, because the rest of it works. But he walked straight through the back. They did the long follow with the camera and everything to the gorilla position, and suddenly we hear it again. Like Mussolini! It's the cult of meat with extra cheese.
Wow, you're trying not to wake up the dogs. I've never heard you do this so subdued.
Like Mussolini! You know about the cult of personality. Man, come on, bro.
Well, it could come back to haunt me if they start howling. I can't. Those are backup singers. I can't get to shut up. Anyway, out comes Punk, and people are going crazy, and it's clobbering time, and a big entrance, and lots of milk. I mean, it was utterly milked all the way to the bone. And the people are into it. And the WWE title, Sami and Punk. And it's made already, and they're fucking on fire. So they actually had, I know this will surprise some people, a wrestling match. This was a good match. And without doing a blow-by-blow, the point is that if they did something that we normally criticize, when they traded punches and forearms, they actually threw ones that looked good, and then they sold and reacted to them when they landed. It doesn't have to just be stand there and look stupid. And both these guys can work, and their shit looks good, but they were serious about it. They didn't bury the referee. They didn't use any furniture. There was no bullshit on the floor forever. It was a serious main event world title match. And when they went into the false finishes, they all worked. Punk got the elbow off the top and got a 2 count. But then he got the Anaconda Vice, and the fans were going crazy, but Sami broke out of it. And they did more punches on their knees, but they were trying. They were exhibiting some effort at making each thing look good, not just going through the motions so they could do the next stunt with an improvised explosive device or a goddamn, lighter fluid enema. I don't know what they're doing over there. And then they started hitting each other's finish. Sami hit a go to sleep and got a big pop on a 2 count. They're with Punk, obviously. They don't hate Sami like he's, fucking Heyman or something. So they're just into this. And then Punk foiled the kick and went for a kick. But Sami got another GTS and hit the Blue Thunder and got a 2 count. And the place is rocking with the CM Punk chants. And they get into another slugfest. And then Punk hit the knee and sidestepped a kick. And he hit the haluva kick. And then hit the GTS.
Now, that part when Jim said about the CM Punk hit with the haluva kick, that was the Sami move right there. And he tries to use that move like and he used to go to GTS, Sami sold that like he was dead asleep, like like that. I was like, golly. Hey, but that was a really good match, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
1, 2, 3. It was a great match and a great finish to it because it got the people up, and then it hit them and it paid off in a way that they could blow on rather than them see it coming a mile away because they're all down in a goddamn chin lock for 45 seconds beforehand, immobile. Or just something out of nowhere because they'd run out of shit to do. It built to the end. So, if anybody wonders what we're talking about when we say you don't have to do all that stupid shit to have a good wrestling match, there's one. Watch that. But maybe it's just... Am I being too kind because it just looks so much better than the shit we've been looking at lately?
I thought it was excellent. I thought it was an excellent main event. One of the better Raws in a long time. The way Punk took the GTS from Sami, he would lower his head a little bit so that Sami's knee would connect with his face, and it looked good. You know, Sami Zayn really is just a special in-ring talent. You know, the near falls and the things at the end, what separate the men from the boys in an era where everyone kicks out of everything and there's near falls in every match, are the way you react.
Yeah.
Or what your face looks like. And so many people do the overreaction to near falls or whatever it is, but Sami Zayn, it's amazing that this guy didn't want to take off his fucking mask. Because he is so good at the little things in there. And I thought CM Punk looked great. We haven't seen him in a while. There are lots of rumors that him and WWE were mad at each other. They wanted to cut his salary.
Damn.
That's why he came back and won the title.
So obviously they put the belt on him. That's that's what they do. We'll talk a little bit more in a second or two about where they go next. But any other...
But man, the Sami only lasted 9 days for the WWE Undisputed WWE Champion. 9 days. Because the last time he defeated Cody and Gunther, but he did with the roll up count, 1, 2, 3, and he won that. And I saw the pictures on the social media that he posted, like he treated champion like it was a child. What? Like, come on, man. I mean, I don't understand, but I feel like, to me, that Sami should get probably get that tolerance for like a month or two until he reaches to a level of, up there storytelling wise. But hey, CM Punk won that. He beat Sami for the Undisputed WWE Champion. That's a really good match, bro. Really good.
Other thoughts about this main event?
Well, yeah, with Sami, and there's another thing. As El Generico in Ring of Honor, he used to do this. A brainbuster on the turnbuckle, where he would start out looking like he was going to superplex a guy, but pick him up, and yes, it was Ring of Honor. The guys weren't that big, but still, just a human being. Mm-hmm. He's standing on the middle rope. He picks the guy up for a suplex, and it drops him on the top turnbuckle in a brainbuster, and then the guy hopefully bumps into the ring. And of course, that's one of those things I didn't want him to fucking do. But we weren't paying him enough money to listen back in those days. Now you don't see him do it because they obviously said a long time ago up there, what the fuck, are you out of your mind? But the point was, his body looks like shit, but he shouldn't be that strong, but he is. And he shouldn't be that necessarily agile or coordinated with the springboards and the things, but he is. He's an overachiever in terms of his visual look, and yes, sometimes, as we've said, cosmetics are important in this business, especially today with precedent that has been set. But there can be exceptions if something else is outrageously out of balance to the positive. And he's one of those guys. He doesn't look like he should be able to do that shit, but he can. And that's, again, one of the reasons I was frustrated. They didn't need to use the goddamn ladders and tables and all the indie shit that him and Steen used to do in those garbage matches, because he could work and he could fucking sell. He's an exceptional seller as a babyface. So it took a long time to wean them off of that shit. But anyway, that's the thing with Sami. He looks like shit, but everything else is there.
His body may look like shit, but his body language is always perfect. He's always like in the right place. He's always doing just all the small things that matter. He nails. Great main event. Again, we'll talk shortly about where they go next. But Jim,
I'm gonna stop right here, man. This is actually really good, bro. And I gotta miss Jim Cornette, talk a lot of shit about other wrestlers and Vince Russo and what's the other one? Dave Meltzer. Yeah. But that was a good one, and I don't know what they're gonna do with Sami, but I think he probably have a confrontation probably on SmackDown. I don't know about if we want to confront Punk about it or Cody about it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's my reaction of Jim Cornette review CM Punk versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship on Monday Night Raw. If you like this one, make sure you please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, The Cambridge Reaction. And if you're brand new, make sure you please subscribe to my channel. I really do much appreciate it. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. Let's keep on going. We're Team LaCaven. We can't stop most of it till we get this shit done. Alright? We'll see you on the next one. It's your boy LaCaven. I'll see you in my next reaction. Deuces. Peace.